Economists, business leaders and public sector officials have been gathering in the Waikato, sharing their expertise on how to address challenges facing the country today. The New Zealand Economics Forum was hosted by the Waikato Management School. Jason Mika, no tūhoi, Ngāti Awa whakatōhia, Ngāti Kahungunu is Associate Professor of Māori Business from Te Raupapa Waikato Management School at the University of Waikato and is with us now. Tēnā koe, Jason. Thank you for joining us.
Tēnā koe, tēnā koe.
Now talk to us about the forum. It focused on sustainable growth, productivity and well-being for a stronger Aotearoa, co-governance being a theme. Why do you feel that co-governance would be helpful to achieve success?
Well, I guess, just looking at our country at the moment, there's a whole heap of really serious economic, social and environmental challenges. And if we're going to resolve them, have any chance of resolving them, then we need everyone involved in that. And by everyone, I mean Māori and Pākehā, Māori and the Crown working together in partnership according to what our tipuna had in mind when they signed up to Te Tiriti o Waikato.
Well, how much do you feel then that Te Tiriti provides a roadmap for what a good partnership should look like?
Well, I think that in the beginning, there was the promise of a good working relationship, of recognition of each other's mana and authority to look after those things and those people that mattered to Māori and Pākehā at that time. So for me, it is still the model that we need to look to for an example of what partnership looks like and could be. It is definitely providing that sort of guidance that we need. So if we're ever in doubt as to what, I guess, a good partnership looks like, then we need to look to the treaty and what it says, what it means, and how we can sort of adhere to its principles and its aspirations.
Well, give us an idea of what a good partnership in action looks like.
Well, I think a couple of examples. One is one of the panelists, Parekawhia McLean, who was on at the Economics Forum with me. She talked about her experience with Waikato River Authority. And that is an example of co-governance where I guess Māori and the Crown and also stakeholders that really care about the whenua and the river are trying their best to, I guess, improve the quality and the well-being of that tipuna. And so I think what we can see there is a good example of co-governance. But the two examples that I raised at the forum from my experience had to do with te rangi tūkupu. So in 2021, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Trade hosted, the country hosted APEC 2021. And as part of it, what they wanted to do is to improve outcomes for Māori and participation in that whole process. And they set up a co-governance arrangement with Māori called Te Rangi Tūkupu. And they use the principles of Te Tiriti o Waitangi to thresh out what a kind of partnership might look like there.
Okay. Well, how important do you feel it is then to utilise self-determination for iwi?
I think it's really important because if you look at, I guess, the kinds of initiatives that Māori are succeeding at right now, and they're ones where self-determination is right at the heart of it. Pura kaipapa Māori, kohana reo, whare wānanga, and all of these sorts of institutions have come about through Māori self-determination and working out what's the best way forward, utilising our knowledge and our capabilities to do things that matter for us in our own ways. And the evidence speaks for itself in that respect. But there's also evidence overseas with the Harvard project on American Indian economic development that has been studying self-determination and its impact on tribal economic development. 30 years of evidence says that it works.
And do you feel these are achievable in the current political climate?
It's difficult. You know, the current political climate is difficult because people have their own feelings and views on what's right and what's wrong around co-governance and who should speak for whom. I think what we can do is basically have a good kōrero about what co-governance looks like, but also what mana motuhake looks like, what tribal autonomy and tino rangatiratanga looks like as a way forward to bring out the best in our people and solve these sort of big major economic problems together.
Yeah. Jason Mika, Associate Professor from Te Raupapa Waikato Management School at the University of Waikato. Thank you so much for joining us today and for your insights. Ngā mihi.
Kia ora, kia ora.